Ali, welcome to Collective House.
I like it, it's very
Do you
creative.
like it here?
Yes, of course.
It's one of the craziest places that you can ever be in Istanbul. It's the Silicon
Nice.
Valley of the town.
It is.
Yes.
Wow.
Welcome here. Collective House is a co-working space, and you will see hundreds of entrepreneurs here. And those little boxy offices are for companies who like to have an office space. Basically, this place can house digital nomads like myself.
Nomad. I'm a nomad, but what do you mean by a digital nomad?
Well, digital nomad, I mean when you like to have your company based on the cloud, and you can basically take your laptop and walk around the world and work anywhere. Spaces like this, it's like a co-working space. So you can nomad around the world by just visiting those places. That's the new way of living.
So basically you're on the cloud now.
Well, we're on the cloud. Yeah, let's put it that way.
I like it.
So what you can do here, you can just take up one of those spaces, sit there. If you want to sleep, you sleep. If you want to think, you want to dream, and then you want to get inspired by one of those people around you. Have a coffee, use the internet. It's like, you know, this is like your ecosystem here.
Sirtaj, I really like the atmosphere here. The
Right.
coffee shop is around the corner here. A lot of creativity. I
And
feel
you
it
like it, the
already.
weather is great here too.
Oh, the weather is amazing. Always here in Turkey. Which kind of companies are here?
I think in general we can call them the creative industries. So you can find an interior designer, or you can find an internet entrepreneur who is working on apps like myself, or you can find someone who's in the fashion industry. So there will be people from a variety of different industries and a variety of different backgrounds. But I think what makes them collide here is because they're creative.
So, and basically you get to cross them and you change ideas with them and you combine
Yes,
with them.
I think, you know, there's a one line, one of those walls here. It says, "You become who you hang out with." So basically, if you hang out with people from all these different crazy ideas, all these different industries, or like, you know, a fashion designer, and then one side you find someone who develops apps, and then you sit here, I assure you, if you sit here for 2 months alone, you will end up being an entrepreneur after here. So you can walk in, and it's like comes in the whole package. So you can have everything you want here, including the coffee to a mentor.
Right. This is absolutely incredible. So you told me you can basically sleep here, you can eat here, but how many hours do you spend time here?
24 hours.
24 hours.
24/7. This place is open. You can walk in anytime during the day or at night. You can walk entire day, or you can just chill, hang out with your friends.
And is it
That's
always-
probably a hangout place you can
And-
find in Istanbul.
And is it always busy like this?
Well, it is busy around the day, and some evenings, most of the evenings, there is an interesting event down here. It could be about, let's say, blockchain technologies. If you want to learn about something new, a new technology, or some inspiring talks like yourself. So there's always stuff happening here.
Yeah, so basically this is a university.
It's like a university, but it's a new age university.
I
It's
see.
it's not like courses back to back. You walk in, you learn, you come out.
This is incredible. I loved it here.
I'm afraid that you will stop traveling for a while and end up here
Do you have a space for me here?
You always have a space for here. Yeah.
Sirtaj, I'm just wondering, how much each office here, each door will cost?
So it differs in size, but if you take like a mid-sized office, it will probably cost you around $1,000,
$1,000.
right? But it includes access to the meeting offices or like some other facilities. But if you like to use a space like me, which you just use the space as a nomad, so I don't have an office, I can just hang out on those co-working places. So it just costs you much less, but you can still enjoy the facility and you can all mingle with all those people.
So basically, can I grab a chair and have your coffee and stay for a couple of hours?
You can stay all day long. You can just have a coffee, use the Wi-Fi internet, and use printers or use the meeting rooms if you like to book them.
Yeah, especially the entrepreneurs need just only the space like this.
That's what I believe. I think if you spend more time with the fellow entrepreneurs, you end up developing your skills. You end up developing your mental capacity.
Look at the trees. Look at the green color. Look at the tropical.
Tropical feel.
Yeah, tropical feel.
Tropical feel. I agree with you.
And they have another floor upstairs.
Oh, we have 4 floors. This is another loft area that you can sit on top if you like to go around, Or there's this first floor, which is quieter. if you want like a little headspace, or if there is, another meeting, if you want to have a little more light, which has a third floor, which has more sunlight, and it's a different feel. So I think even each floor has a different character.
Okay, tell me more about you. What's your interest? How do you see a future?
I think what's hot in these days, especially around the world, not just right in Turkey, is the artificial intelligence. I think it's really exciting because, what I see about artificial intelligence is not just a technology, it's how, as a human race, evolve from now to another maybe a couple of 100 years. We created the app, which is an AI consultant based on the astrology, based on the horology, based on the coffee cup reading and everything. It's an artificial intelligence talk about your future. So if you go outside a little bit, you will see people maybe down about their life, about their political situation around the region, or about Turkey alone. But once you walk inside here, it's a technology. It's inspiring. It's like, oh, you can change the world here. That's what I like about the technology and innovation and science.
For you being here in Turkey, in the heart of Istanbul,
Right.
does this add anything to you?
It does. You know what? I think after living outside of Turkey for 10 years, I lived around the globe for 10 years, and then I had the urge of coming back to Turkey because that's the place that offers you a blend between the East, a blend between the West. The technology here is just not like pure Western methodology. Istanbul alone is a 2,000-year-old city, but Istanbul has charisma, has this chaotic energy that pulls you in.
I like that energy. I like your energy about how you see Istanbul and how you see the future.
I'm a fanatic. Yes. I'm an Istanbul fanatic. Yes.
This is incredible. This is a world map, basically.
Yes, it's world map. Just it's all green, so
yes,
maybe it's the way of thinking about the world in
Yes,
future.
الصراحة جدا جميل. حتى خريطة العالم مسوينها ومصرين يسوونها باللون الأخضر بالطبيعة بالفكر هذا هم اللي يؤمنون فيه. يا سلام. Travel with passion, fly with dreams. ما أجمل هذه المقولة. كل ما تطلع على هذا الدرج تذكر هذه المقولة. حلق بشغف، سافر بأحلام. يا سلام. I loved it. I loved it.
So, Ali, I'd like to take you to an accelerator. So they basically mentor and fine-tune startups here. This is probably a quieter part of the collective house. And we have a place called Work Up and the Google Launchpad. They kind of work hand in hand. And I'd like to introduce you to Omar. He's our head mentor.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you?
Fine. What's happening here?
So Omar, Ali is traveling around and I take him to Collective House to give him a glimpse about the Turkish ecosystem and the startup scene. So I was just taking him through the Collective House. So we bump into you. Maybe you can talk about what you do for the startups.
Happily, yeah. I retired like 8 years ago. Then I was introduced to first startup that I invested. Then I decided not to retire again, so I'm in this ecosystem. I've done like 20 plus investments, many new companies, and mentorship is my number one activity.
We ask Omar when we have a question. Sometimes, oh, my server is down. Whom shall I ask? Omar Abi.
Yeah, this is
what?
real actually.
This is what happened. Real. This is not like a story. This is a real story. I called him, Omar, what are we gonna do? He's like, okay, don't worry about it. I'll solve it. Just call this number. So you call this number, you will find someone who solves your question. He's the guy that you ask him if you have any question about your startup.
Omar, I'm sorry, but let me ask you this. How do you see, like you see a couple of generations, and what do you think of this place? What do you think of the future? What do you think of the young people, like many we saw today?
Well, I think the mindset is changing, world is changing. The ones who are realizing, understanding and accepting it will survive. The other ones will retire early. So I accepted it after 50 years old. So I like it and I learn every day. And the ones who think they know everything will not survive. And the ones
Why are
who
you
are
pointing
optimistic-
out?
You know a lot of things.
I'm joking.
It's the joke. No, he's very good. He's open to learning. That's the key thing. I mean, they ask me what do you invest in. I say I invest in people. So if you invest there are people from Google, there are people from other places. Google is not trying to push their products here, rather they are trying to, incubate, accelerate the startup scene.
I'm
here.
really excited. Can we check this out?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a good time. It's a coffee break time now.
You can bring your pets around here, by the way.
Okay, here is this special event. It's written here, Google Launchpad. It's a 5-day event.
Hello.
Co-sponsored by World Cup and Google, and all these mentors and startups are here. It's a coffee break time, which is a good time to visit. So every day has a purpose. First day was product day. Today is a UX day, design and UX day. Tomorrow is tech day, and then marketing day, and the last day is the pitch day. So that these guys will pitch to potential investors after 5 days. This is called Launchpad Start event. Actually, tomorrow, I think, or the day after, there will be executives from Google, not very high, but mid-level executives will be visiting and seeing what's happening here. Today we don't have them.
From San Francisco.
From San Francisco, yes. Look, there are a few. This
Hello.
Hi, it's Sonat.
And he has a new startup here.
I see. What's your startup?
It's called Tarlam Var. Tarlam Var is a social agricultural startup which makes you a tree owner from farmers. We make you a free tree owner from the farmers, and we send the harvest when the harvest time comes, and we double up the incomes of farmers.
Okay, tell me about the process of of the application. How did you adopted the idea?
It's a growing trend that we know how to grow our products, how to grow our harvest came from, and who builds the harvest. And so we use that trend to build our startup, and of course it's consumers trend, and we also touch the farmers also, the producers, and we solve the problems in two sides.
By the way, his co-founder is from Adana, which is
Agriculture center, one of those in
Yeah.
Turkey.
And then his father is from
He's a farmer, yeah.
He's a farmer too. So
It's absolutely interesting to see agriculture because Turkey is very big with agriculture. And how would you combine tech in it?
Actually, we should do that. In otherwise, it won't increase, and the ecosystem won't grow.
You think they are doing good?
so far so good, yes.
So far, so good. All the best, my friend.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I will try. This is close.
Very good. If you retire from cycling one day, you can start being a road.
I will never retire for cycling. Do not cross this line, please. This is incredible. And you have a little privacy here.
Every little meeting room has a different feel as well. This is like a theater room, so if you walk in, it's like a Hollywood makeup room. There's a basketball one. There is literally basketball inside. So everyone's staring at us. Hello.
They are possibly outsiders.
Probably.
So that's why they are looking at us.
Look at them. Their outfits are a little different than us.
I see.
See, we're all funky, and these guys are corporate outfits.
Yeah, this is old school.
See, I'm wearing sneakers under my pants, but these guys are not probably not doing that.
Okay, guys, please fasten your seat belts because we are flying to the future.
Oh, I'm excited. But Umar, do not sleep on my shoulder, please.
Cabin crew cross check.
Okay. So tell me about the future before we reach the future, Umar.
Okay, the future is already here, so you just have to look around and you'll see. But with new glasses.
Just close your eye and just hear the future.
Yes.
I
Feel it, hear it. Yeah.
في هذا المكان أمانة تحس بالمستقبل، تحس بالشغف، يحفرون على الصخر للوصول إلى المستقبل. كلمة جميلة. قال لي يا عمر، قال لي غمض عيونك واسمع الكلام اللي يدور في هذا المكان، بتدري ان احنا في المستقبل. ما اجمل المستقبل التركي، ناس تشرف على الشباب وتتاكد انهم يوصلون بسلام الى المستقبل. هاي Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. How about you?
I was scared of this guy.
You know E.T.?
Of course I know it. How you doing?
Fine. How
I
about
like
you?
your office.
Yeah, thank you.
So what do you do?
So we're Cinemia, a monthly movie subscription service and social platform for moviegoers.
Ah, nice. So tell me about this.
These are all the merchants that you can grab from the movie. So you see the Iron Man, you see the Minions. So we have signatures, and also you see the ones from the Harry Potter movie. It's a Voldemort wand. And we have many awards for what we have done.
Nice. I love the creativity of this place.
Thank you.
How are you, Yasmin?
I'm great, how are you?
Yasmin, evidently you travel around the world. Evidently you
do.
see a lot of places. And you are the founder of this place.
I'm one of the co-founding partners. There were 3 founders at first. Then I joined them right after, and I handle the marketing, branding, culture, and community, and like all fun stuff, I would say.
Yes, it's very interesting because I see a lot of creativity, honestly, here. You're way outside the box. Like, I'm used to see offices with a suit, with a tie. Would you consider franchising the idea?
We want to go abroad, actually. We were thinking more to America first. We'll see now. We're expanding in Turkey at the moment, in Istanbul first. Then we'll be thinking about Turkey, maybe. We'll see how it goes.
But for entrepreneur to spend $1,000 a month, don't you think this is too much? For an office?
Well, what we offer is more than that. If you come to our events, if you collaborate with people here, if you see the treats and stuff like that we give to people, then it's worth it. It depends on what you're looking for, I guess.
Your base here in the heart of Istanbul, in the heart of Turkey, benefits you?
Definitely, because there is more demand here, there is more startups here, there is more companies here. That's gonna be up to the demand, actually.
You think Turkey is a good place, a good foundation to start up a company?
Of course, why not?
الصراحة مكان نفس هذا الصراحة كثير من الإبداعات في مكاتب عادية قرروا انهم يخلونها مفتوحة على بعض. احنا نشوف المكاتب اللي خلفنا فتحوا بيبانهم، جمعوهم في صالات نفس هذه، اللي مرتاح هناك واللي جالس. شركات شبابية صغيرة ناشئة كلهم اجتمعوا على طاولات يتبادلون الافكار، يتبادلون الحديث لمستقبل افضل لتركيا، كلهم متحدين للمستقبل. So how often do you come here?
Normally every day.
Every day.
Sure. Not on the weekends.
يفتخرون الأتراك بالتاريخ العريق، ولكن من بعد ما طلعت من هذا المكان متأكد أنهم أيضاً بيفتخرون بالمستقبل. والله حلوة، ولكن دراجتي أفضل.